Chris Saberlick.
Saberlick led the Cardinals in their game against Petersburg last night. He had 15 points. Rebounding, I think the Cardinals will do a decent job tonight. They struggled a little bit against Petersburg because of that size disadvantage, but the Cardinals definitely match up a lot better size-wise against Neenah.
Cardinals playing man-to-man defense. Bounce pass underneath, out of bounds, turnover Neenah. That's going to go to the Cardinals, so Neenah comes out a little bit sluggish here at the start of the first quarter. As we mentioned, this is their first basketball game, so expect them to be, working out the kinks.
First basketball playing on the road against Fond du Lac, a rivalry team. So it's going to take them a little bit of some time to feel comfortable and get used to their game.
Springborn brings it up across the timeline. Springborn now has it. He gives it off to Arndt. Nice bounce pass by Springborn to Arndt. Arndt gets on the board. Fond du Lac with an early 5-0 lead.
And the Cardinals look aggressive and confident on the offensive end. Don't really look timid so far. Look pretty confident in what they've done so far.
Two-pointer on the way. No good. Rebounded by the Cardinals. Cardinals looking to go up again. Springborn with it. Springborn takes it strong in the lane. The foul and the basket. Robbie Springborn. Actually, they're going to call it off.
I know. Who's the foul on?
No, they're going to say no shot.
Find the ref.
The foul will be on Gullickson, number 10. It's going to be a blocking foul, so the basket won't count, but a nice strong move by the junior guard, Robbie Springborn.
And once again right there, a nice move by Springborn. We talked about it. The Cardinals aggressive and confident on offense early on in this basketball game.
Springborn now with the basketball. They're looking very good here on offense early on. Bartelt with it between the circles. Bartelt throws that basketball away. Turnover Cardinals. Neenah will get the basketball back. Pope bringing up the basketball. He's being guarded by Springborn. He gives it off to Peters.
Settle down, Steve. Settle down. Nice and smooth.
Neenah has had good ball movement here early going, but just has not been able to get on the scoreboard. Holzell with the basketball, and he is fouled by Casey Weiss. That'll be Weiss' first personal. 6:01 remaining in the opening quarter. Fond du Lac on top, 5-0 over the Neenah Rockets. Back out on top is Pope with the basketball. He gives it off to Holzell. To Peter. Kellett. With the basketball now is Holzell. Kellett with it. Short jumper. No good. Fond du Lac with another rebound. Looking to push it is Springborn. Springborn brings it up. Gives it off to Saberlick. Saberlick back to Springborn. Springborn to Arndt. Arndt cranks a three on the way. Good! 3-point basket by Derek Arndt. Fond du Lac off to a 10. Sean Bartelt off to a 10-0 lead. What a start for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Back after this, timeout on the court. You are watching Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball on Charter Sports.
Trophy needs. Rainbow Screen Printing, just north of Highway 23 on Seymour Street in Fond du Lac.
You guys are back.
Fond du Lac takes a 10-0 lead, Sean, on a big three-point basket by Sean Bartelt. And we talked about Neenah not having a basketball game before this conference opener. You can kind of see right now they've come out a little bit sluggish.
Yeah, Neenah doesn't look good at all. 0 for 4 shooting from the field. Conversely, the Cardinals 4 of 4 shooting from the field. That's why Fond du Lac's up 10-0. The Cardinals knocking down 2 3-point baskets. Cardinals just look in control of this basketball game. Look very confident. Look like they know what they want to do, and they feel that they can execute what they want to do. And so far, they've been able to do that.
Cardinals, 4 out of their 5 starters are in the scorebook already. Bartelt with 3, Arndt and Springborn with 2, and Sabalik with a 3-point basket. 4:25 remaining in the opening quarter. As we get back to live action here, Hosell, he is being guarded by Casey Weiss. He gives it off. Long 3-point basket on the way by Pope. No good. Cardinals come away with the rebound, doing a great job on the boards here in the opening corners. Springborn, Casey Weiss. 3-pointer on the way. Rim one have it. Strong rebound by Neenah. That was by Peterson.
That's the first miss for the Cardinals. That one almost went down for Casey Weiss.
Strong layup into the lane is Hosell. And he finally, the Neenah Rockets on the board with 3:51 remaining in the opening quarter. Springborn with the basketball. Out near the top of the silo. Springborn going to take it in the lane. Free throw line jumper off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Derek Arndt. Arndt puts it back in. That's 4 points for him.
6 rebounds for the Cardinals to only 1 for Neenah. As the Cardinals have done an excellent job on the defensive boards, not allowing second chance shots for the Rockets.
Short jumper on the way. Rim one have it. Offensive rebound. And there's going to be a whistle on the play. Looks like it's going to be an offensive foul. That's going to be on number 4. That's Peters, his first personal. 3:18 left here in the first quarter.
And a couple of substitutions for the Cardinals checking into the game. Number 4, Matt Saporsky. Also number 12, John Shavy. And number 32, Jim Dilling coming in as they spell relief for a couple of the Cardinals, which come out of the basketball game.
Springborn brings the basketball up the court. He is being guarded by Hosell. And a whistle on the way. It's going to be a foul on Hosell, a blocking foul. There'll be 4 team fouls right now for the Neenah Rockets.
Now the Rockets piling up the fouls quickly, and that's due to that aggressiveness of the Cardinals on offense, able to draw Neenah into fouling.
Cardinals now with the basketball. Robbie Springborn. Springborn going to kick it out. Neenah bench looking for an offensive foul. They didn't get it. The other end of the lane is Peters. He puts it in. 12-4 Cardinals.
Well, and just like that, after a turnover, the Cardinals need it quickly down the floor. You know this team is athletic, and they could definitely make some plays. That time Springborn got himself caught up in the air and tried making a pass. Usually when you do that, it's not going to be good.
For the Cardinals now with the basketball is Saporsky. Springborn, Saberlich, John Shavy. Fond du Lac, good rotation. Whistle away from the ball. It's going to be a foul. That's going to be on Peters. That'll be Peters' second foul. So the fouls continue to add up for the Rockets here in the opening quarter. Checking into the game for Neenah's Gullickson.
Obviously, you got to get Peters out of their 2 personal fouls here in the first quarter. He'll probably be sitting on that bench for most of the second quarter as well.
Cardinals with the basketball. Robbie Springborn. Springborn guarded tightly, and Springborn turns it over as he carried the basketball.
That ball was on Neenah. I was going to say the Rockets can't contain Springborn tonight, but that time, unfortunately, a turnover for the Cardinals. Their 3rd so far of this basketball game.
Hosell now with it. He gives it off to Kellett. Kellett's being guarded by Shavy. Kellett, free throw line jumper is good. 12-6. Now they cut the lead in half. And now the Cardinals turn it over, and then Neenah turns it right back over. Springborn brings it up. Springborn strong in the lane, and it's stuck between the rim and the backboard. It's going to be a jump ball, possession Cardinals.
Now earlier, Kellett able to get the basket. That was a nice job of shooting there. He had 2 Cardinal defenders in his face. And then following the double turnover, Springborn coming all the way down the lane. Thought he might have got fouled on that play, but refs didn't have it.
Another foul as Shavy takes it into the lane. Cardinals are going to be the bonus here in the first quarter.
Well, we talked about this being Neenah's first basketball game of the season, and I think that's one of the things that the Cardinals wanted to do is to really be aggressive on offense and come at this Neenah team. They really haven't played, might be a little bit slow on their feet, and so far we've seen that they've definitely been following the Cardinals way too much, and the Cardinals did a nice job of trying to use that to their advantage.
Springmore now with it. He gives it off to Saberlick, to John Shavy. 1:37 and counting remaining in the opening quarter. Thought about the three. Kicks it out to Springmore. Cardinals with good ball rotation here in the first quarter. Very unselfish basketball by them. Saberlick taking very smart shots here early on. Springmore, nice bounce pass underneath to Dilling, and Dilling lays it in. Good pass, and the assist from Robbie Springborn.
Yeah, Dilling in a little bit of a trouble with that pass early, but able to regroup himself. Had a defender all over him. An outstanding job of penetration to dish by Springborn.
Kellett, free throw line jumper off the back of the rim. Dilling with a strong rebound. Springborn looking to push it. He brings it up, gives it off to Dilling. Back out to Springborn. Neenah Rocket defense has been unable to stop the Cardinals offensively so far here in the first quarter as we roll under a minute.
So you wonder if the Cardinals might just hold for one here as they have an 8-point lead.
That's what it looks like they're going to do. Springborn to Shavy, to Saberlick. Passing has been the Cardinals' strong point all season long and will continue to be their strength. Shavy with 15 seconds as you see the clock in your lower right-hand corner. Springborn with under 10 seconds.
Try and get Saberlick open for a three maybe.
Casey Weiss lays it in the lane. No good. Still loose, and Neenah recovers it. Shot on the way, no good, and we come to the end of the first quarter of play. The Cardinals come out hot in the first quarter. They take a 14-6 lead. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Fond du Lac Cardinal boys basketball on Charter Sports.
Gearing up for high school sports, your first and only stop is Team Sports, Main Street, Fond du Lac. Shoes, balls, gear, it's all here at Team Sports on Main. Dribble, pass, shoot. It's basketball season, and Team Sports has all your basketball needs covered. One stop, and you're in the game. Or maybe the struggle for the pin is more your speed. Team Sports also carries all you need for wrestling. Team Sports has trophies, leather jackets, and Packer and Badger merchandise. Team Sports, your sports headquarters.
We're back here at the Fond du Lac Cardinal Fieldhouse where the Cardinals take a 14-6 lead into the second quarter, and there you see some signs from the Cardinal crowd. It says, we have the silver, we want the gold, and Fond du Lac off to a pretty good start here, Sean, in the beginning of the Fox Valley Association Conference.
You know, we talked about it being a big matchup against Neenah, one of the teams predicted to be near the top of the Fox Valley Association when this basketball season is over. And so for the Cardinals, have done a very good job in the first quarter with an 8-point lead. The Cardinal defense looks good. Cardinal offense looks good. You know Neenah's going to be scoring some points in this basketball game. You're not going to be able to hold it down forever. But if the Cardinals can keep playing this good defense and keep playing confident offense, Cardinals have a good shot to win this basketball game.
And for the second quarter play-by-play, here is Sean Kaiser.
Neenah will start the second quarter with the basketball. Kyle Pope and a turnover for Neenah. That's the third time Neenah has turned this basketball over in this game. They definitely look resty in their first outing of the season. Let's see what the Cardinals try to do offensively opening up here in the second quarter. As Pope is now guarding Springborn. That's a better matchup for Springborn. Earlier, Hoisel was guarding him. Hoisel about 6'3", but Pope stands in at 5'10", 160, right around the same height as Robbie Springborn. Dribbling down the lane, putting up the shot is Arndt, and Arndt going to be able to pick up a foul. Foul on Neenah.
14.
And that's now the 7th foul on Neenah, and the Cardinals are in the bonus.
That'll be on Michael Goodman. That's his second foul. And as you mentioned, Sean, now the Neenah Rockets are in the bonus.
Arndt's first free throw up. Bounces around and out.
You know, Sean, you mentioned about Neenah not having a game before this. This has to be the earliest I think I've seen a conference game in a long time. A lot of teams usually open up with non-conference game, which the Cardinals did, but still Fond du Lac usually opens up with one or two non-conference opponents, and this year they only had Cedarburg.
Yeah, used to usually seeing the Cardinals play one of the city teams as a non-conference game, as Arndt misses both free throws. 7:16 to go in the second quarter. Fond du Lac leads 14-6. Neenah 3 of 10 shooting in the first quarter. Cardinals 6 of 9. As an outside jumper going to be put up there and good. Chris Kellett, a 2-point basket. As that's Kellett's 4th point of the basketball game. Neenah trims the lead within 6. And a foul going to be called on Derek Arndt for the Cardinals.
They're going to get Arndt that time, Sean, on a moving screen. And Fond du Lac with not many turnovers so far, but there's one of them.
He was the one who was at very animated though by the call. Okay?
6:46 in the second quarter to play yet. 14-8. Fond du Lac leads Neenah. Neenah started this game off slowly, but they're starting to get into a rhythm, and so is Chris Kellett. Kellett knocks it down, his second straight jumper. He's got 4 points so far in the second quarter, 6 overall in the basketball game. It looks like Kellett's starting to get into a rhythm.
Yeah, Kellett's found his soft spot right about at the free throw line. He's hit a couple of jumpers from there, and he is starting to light it up a little bit.
Cardinals haven't scored yet in this second quarter. Ball on the floor, but Cardinals able to retain it. Cardinals in desperate need of a basket here, as they haven't scored in the first 2 minutes of the second quarter. Springboard, driving down the lane, spin move, no good. Offensive rebound by Fond du Lac, tip back, no. Once again, Casey Weiss with the leader, no good. Sean Bartel with the offensive rebound, no good. And Neenah controls the basketball.
Well, with that many chances, Sean, you got to come away with a basket. Fond du Lac, a couple of good looks at the hoop, failed to score.
That's good, good.
And a turnover going to be on Neenah as that ball bounces away. Well, you talked about it. The Cardinals, an outstanding job of offensive rebounds, just maybe hurried a couple of those shots a little too much.
Well, the Cardinals has controlled the boards here early going in this basketball game, and really both teams pretty much the same height. Fond du Lac's tallest guy is Jim Dilling, who we've seen throughout the game at 6'5". The tallest guy for the Neenah Rockets at 6'4" is Chris Kellett. So both teams pretty much matching up size by size.
5 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. 14-10, Fond du Lac on top of Neenah. Cardinals have not put any points on the scoreboard yet in the second quarter.
Yes.
Good ball movement by the Cardinals, just unable to get an open shot, as there's been tight defense by Neenah. Penetrating into the lane is Casey Weiss, and an offensive foul going to be called on Casey Weiss. Casey Weiss dribbling baseline, goes up, and an offensive foul called on Casey Weiss.
Casey Weiss just taking it strong to the lane, and it almost looked like the defender got there a tad late to be an offensive foul. Referee disagrees, and Fond du Lac with another offensive foul. That's Casey Weiss' second foul in this game.
So the Cardinals, after looking very crisp in that first quarter, have come out so far in the second quarter, haven't looked good. Kellett shoots it, misses it, but he gets fouled. Chris Kellett goes blind, shooting 2.
Bartelt will get called for the foul from Fond du Lac. And right now, the Neenah Rockets, the momentum has switched over to their bench, and Kellett's starting to light it up a little bit. Just about every time he gets the basketball is looking to shoot.
Kellett's free throw, good. Chris Kellett, one of the returning starters from last year's team.
Now Casey Weiss being taken out of the basketball game by head coach Dick Diener. He's got 2 fouls, though, doesn't want him to pick up a third.
Second free throw good for Chris Kellett. What was once an 8-point lead for Fond du Lac is now down to 2, 14-12. Fond du Lac on top of Neenah with 4:50 to go in the second quarter.
Well, as you mentioned, Sean, Fond du Lac still has not scored in this quarter, and that's been the key.
Cardinals need to find something offensively. Driving is Springborn. He's met by 2 defenders. Springborn goes down to a knee, and he's going to be called for traveling.
Well, Springborn was looking for a foul on that play. I tend to agree with that, but the turnover and traveling for Fond du Lac, quite a few turnovers here in the quarter for the Cardinals, and it's beginning to build up.
Cardinals looking for some offense. Chris Saberlick's going to check into the basketball game. He'll check in for Robbie Springborn.
Sean, the Fond du Lac Cardinals went out to a 10-0 lead, and ever since then, they've been outscored 12-4.
And a jump ball going to be called. Nice defense there by the Cardinals.
Derek Arndt that time just reaching in and forcing the jump ball as Kellett tried to take it to his jumper spot where he's been shooting it from about the free throw line.
Well, Fond du Lac looked real confident in that first quarter. Looked like they knew what the game plan was. They looked like they knew what they wanted to do, and they felt like they could do it. And so far in the second quarter, the Cardinals look confused. They look scared to shoot. And that's why they haven't scored at all. Oh, and a rejection there, and a foul going to be called on Chris Kellett as Derek Arndt was posting up against Kellett.
Sorry, Sean. Neenah not happy with that call, but a good call as Arndt just took it strong to the hoop. Kellett got more body than ball on that one, and he's called with the foul.
How many fouls, Steve?
So Derek Arndt will go shooting two. He misses the first. The Cardinals have not done a good job shooting so far free throws, as Arndt's been the only one to come to the free throw line so far.
Yeah, and he has not hit one yet. 0 for 3 from the charity stripe, and the Cardinals continue to be scoreless here in the second quarter as we have 4:10 remaining.
Kellett eyeing his second free throw. It's up and it's good. Cardinals finally get on the board with 4 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the second quarter. Their first point of the second quarter. The Fond du Lac Cardinals lead Neenah by 3. And a travel going to be called. Coach Diener happy about that call. Traveling called on Neenah. Let's see if the Cardinals can capitalize.
That time, Hosell with the travel. And Neenah, their turnovers, both teams have kind of been bit lately by the turnover bug.
Like looking to get into an offensive rhythm. You have to credit the defense. Next, credit the defense of Neenah so far in this second quarter. Turnaround jumper, no good for Jim Dilling. Back the other way comes Neenah. A chance to tie it with a three. Pope shoots from the outside. It's good. Pope with a three-point basket, and this game is tied.
Well, Pope with his first basket of this basketball game, and Fond du Lac has really allowed the Neenah Rockets back in this basketball game after taking a 10-0 lead to open it up.
And another blocking foul going to be called. And actually that's going to be an offensive foul on Fond du Lac. Fond du Lac wants to take a timeout, and I believe it's a 20-second timeout.
Well, Fond du Lac, 3 offensive fouls here in the quarter, and you know, it continues just to build up on them. Well, if you're looking for some gift ideas, since it is holiday season, if you're looking for some plaques, some pen sets, or some other things made in Wisconsin's North Woods, it's HegstromRealAwards.com. Check it out, their website, HegstromRealAwards.com, or give them a call at 923-6217, a proud sponsor of high school basketball right here on Charter Sports. Boy, Sean, it is hard to believe that Christmas is right around the corner. Have you started your shopping yet?
I'm just about done with my Christmas shopping.
Really?
You?
I haven't even started.
Uh-oh. Does not sound too good for you.
No, it probably won't be too good until about the day before.
We've got a tie ball game here from the Cardinal Fieldhouse, tied at 15. Foul underneath. Foul on Derek Arndt. And I believe, how many fouls is that for Arndt?
I believe that's his second.
That's 2 for Arndt. 16 fouls for Fond du Lac. Shooting foul, however. Well, the Cardinals have really struggled. They really haven't had many opportunities to shoot the basketball.
1 foul on Art, by the way.
They haven't had many opportunities to shoot the basketball in this second quarter. Neenah's been able to get some points from the free throw line, and Chris Keller's been able to add some. As the officials talking,
Steven, what's going on?
official was straightening out some things at the scorer's table.
Well, Neenah has outscored, since that 10-0 lead, has outscored
I didn't
the,
even know what's going on. So is everybody else. Why
has
can't
outscored the Neenah Rockets 15-5.
That
you?
free
Can
throw,
somebody take a picture of him, can't you?
no good.
Can somebody take a picture of him? Can't you?
Checking out of the ball game is Derek Arndt.
Just do it anyway.
Robbie Springborn back into the Cardinals. Second free throw, no good, and the Cardinals able to get the rebound. All tied at 15 with 3 minutes to go before halftime. Fond du Lac has scored 1 point so far in the second quarter. They led by 8 after the first. Cardinals. And in trouble was Matt Saporsky. He was looking for someone to pass the ball to. Robbie Springborn, nice job by the Neenah defense to surround him. A swarming defense here, Nick, for Neenah, making it tough for the Cardinals. That's been the case the whole second quarter.
Yeah, they have. They've really stepped it up defensively, and you'll see when, especially like a guy like Robbie Springborn gets the basketball, you'll see about 4 hands right in his face.
Fond du Lac just really hasn't had too many looks to shoot the basketball in this quarter, and I don't think many players feel too confident to put up a shot.
And Neenah has really done a good job forcing the turnover.
Saporsky down low. He's able to turn around and get that one to go. Able to get the Cardinals offense going here. Matt Saporsky with a turnaround lay-in off the glass, and the Cardinals up by 2.
Third point of the quarter, first field goal of the quarter for the Fond du Lac Cardinals, and it's 1:50 remaining.
Cardinals use a couple of defensive stops. That's an outside jump shot. That's an air ball. Touched by Fond du Lac. Tried to throw it off to the Neenah player, and in fact, the Neenah player diving for it. Was able to get that as the Fond du Lac student section. That's the Neenah player here.
We have 1:41 remaining in the second quarter. Stick around at halftime. We'll have some stats, and we'll talk about this first quarter.
I'm sure the Cardinals would like to put some more points on the board here. Finish off the second quarter a lot stronger than it started. Down the lane is Springborn. He dished it off. Open was Jim Dilling, but Dilling passed up the shot. He was open to take that jumper, and he ends up turning the ball over.
Good shot, Roberts.
6 turnovers for the Cardinals. Neenah also has 6. A jump shot on the way is good by Michael Goodman. Michael Goodman with a long-range jump shot. And Neenah takes their first lead of the basketball game. They're up 18-7 with a minute to go in the second quarter.
Well, it seems just like yesterday. It was 10-0, and that has gone away with a blink of an eye. And Neenah has just come out here in the second quarter, kind of gotten their act together, and has gone on fire.
Neenah got into the bonus early in the second quarter, and then the Cardinals kind of abandoned, trying to pick up some fouls, penetrating the lane. You kind of would have thought Neenah racked up so many team fouls early. You thought that maybe the Cardinals might try and take advantage of that, try and get into the paint. Give some credit to the Neenah defense for not allowing that, but I think the Cardinals could have tried a little bit harder.
Yeah, I think so too, and Neenah's defense has been stellar here in the second quarter.
Dilling able to save it as the Cardinals missed the free throw, but Dilling able to save that one between his legs with 50 seconds to go. Springborn's pass is knocked out of bounds by Neenah. Cardinals were inbound in front of the Neenah bench. 50 seconds to go. 18-17, Neenah's on top by 1.
Down to 15 to go.
Saporsky into the lane, a wild shot. And he's able to pick up the foul there, so Saporsky goes to the line with a chance to shoot a 1-and-1. Actually, that's going to put Fond du Lac in the double bonus. He will go to the line shooting 2.
Foul will go on Kyle Peterson. That's his first foul. And the double bonus now for the Fond du Lac Cardinals.
Save
Sikorsky's free throw.
I need him.
No
Steven,
good. Cardinals continue.
Let's see what the best one here now.
Well, the Cardinals, Sean, 1 for 6 from the free throw line, all in the second quarter.
Some struggle from the free throw line early in that Cedarburg basketball game. Sikorsky able to hit his second one. And the game's tied at 18 with 38 seconds and counting before halftime. See if Neenah plays for one or what their offensive theory is going to be heading into halftime. And it looks as if they're going to be patient to run this down to one. They're content with at least going into the half with a tie basketball game. They once trailed by 8. Cardinals led by 8 points at the end of the first quarter, but Fond du Lac has come out, only scored 4 points. Meanwhile, 12 points for Neenah in this second quarter. Has us all tied up at 18. Ball knocked out by Fond du Lac. 9.72 to go. As you see the clock in the lower right-hand corner.
Now they'll bring in, the Neenah Rockets will bring in Kellett, one of their big-time shooters. See if he can launch up a big basket here before the half.
7 seconds to go. Dribbling with the basketball. Off balance shot, no good. Rebound bounced around, controlled by Fond du Lac, and they'll heave it up long, half court, which won't go, and that's going to do it. We're at the half here at the Fond du Lac Fieldhouse, all tied up. 18-18, Fond du Lac and Neenah. Back with halftime programming after this. You're watching Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball on Charter Communications.
Has the best authentic Mexican food north of the border. Start off with free chips and Maxland's famous homemade salsa. Maxland has a different lunch special every day that is served fresh in 15 minutes or less. And buy one and get one free margarita specials on Wednesdays for the ladies and Thursdays for the men. The Maxland has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Main Street in Fond du Lac and our Oshkosh location featuring a full-service bar next to Kmart on Curler Street.
And welcome back to the Cardinal Fieldhouse, where we are at the half. Fond du Lac and Neenah are tied at 18. Sean, really the first half, a tale of 2 quarters. Fond du Lac comes out, takes a 10-0 lead. They get off to a great start. Ever since then, Neenah took a timeout. That's kind of what they needed, and they got back into this basketball game. Second quarter was all Neenah.
Yeah, the Cardinals looked great in that first quarter, especially starting off. They started off a 4 for 4 shooting from the field, including 2 3-pointers. Neenah started off the basketball game 0 for 4, and they had that 10-0 lead. Cardinals led by 8 at the end of the first quarter. Things looked real good from the Fond du Lac Fieldhouse, but then it was all Neenah. Their defense and their offense both showed up in that second quarter. They started to get into a rhythm a little bit and get their feet under them. Remember, this is their first basketball game of the season. So Neenah looked very, very good. Cardinals looked a little bit timid and a little bit lost, and a little bit kind of lost some of that confidence in the second quarter.
If there's one thing I think Fond du Lac has to take out of the first half that looks like an improvement upon the game that we saw the other night against Cedarburg is rebounding. The Cardinals doing a really good job on the board, both offensively and defensively.
When Fond du Lac played Cedarburg last Friday night, they definitely had a size disadvantage. A couple of guys, 6'5", 6'7" for Cedarburg tonight. A height advantage a little bit better. The Cardinals have been very aggressive on the rebounds, both offensively and defensively. So far that's in the advantage of the Cardinals, and we'll see some more of that in the stats coming up here. But, you know, Fond du Lac, I think you have to be happy that you're tied at 18. You had a good, strong start. Things kind of evened out a little bit. I expect those Fond du Lac coaches, much like they did last week when they took on Cedarburg, made some adjustments at halftime. Expect Fond du Lac and the coaching staff to make some adjustments in the second half, and I think for the Cardinals to play a little bit better.
All right, let's take a look at the first half stats.
Back off. Swing out. Back off, Tyler. Back off, Tyler. Back off.
Go, Tyler.
Swing to your left. Jeez, Tyler. Why?
Well, you know what? You can't worry about that right now.
As we get ready to look at the stats for the first half, Cardinals 7 for 15 from the field for 47%. Neenah 7 of 16 for 44%. Free throws, the Cardinals struggling from the charity stripe. 2 for 7 for 28%. Neenah 0 for 2. Rebounds, there you see. Cardinals doing a great job on the boards, 12 to 5. Turnovers, tied at 6 apiece. As we take a look at the first half scoring, Cardinals are led in scoring by Derek Arndt, who has 6 points. Then Bartelt and Saberlich both have 3, and Springborn as well as Saborski also chipped in a bucket for the Cardinals. For the Neenah Rockets, Kellett leads them in scoring with 6 points. Then Pope and Goodman follow with 3 points, and then Hosell has a bucket as well. 18-18, we have a tie basketball game. We will be back with the second half action right here on Charter Sports.
Most people don't take time to listen to their bodies. Many of my first-time clients are surprised when I find areas that are sore or tender that they didn't realize were there. I can help to release those tension spots. I always take time to listen to my clients because trust is very important. There can be many misconceptions about massage, and everyone has different comfort levels, and it's important to respect that. Massage therapy can be an important part of your overall health and well-being, and I encourage people to take their health seriously and to relax.
Pause.
Screen printing.
What are the longevity spots? Pets.
Is that better, Dad? Because it was really small.
That's okay.
All right. If you want to bring it back, let's go.
Okay. You're back.
And welcome back to the Cardinal Fieldhouse, 18-18, as we get set to get ready to get underway here for the second half. And the Cardinals in the locker room, I'm sure, talking over the first half, see if they can get some offense going. That has been the big key. But again, Sean, you got to give Neenah's defense a lot of credit in that second quarter. You know, when a Cardinal had the basketball, there was about at least 3 or 4 hands right in their face.
There's not much the Cardinals could do offensively. It was just an outstanding job by Neenah. They really limited Fond du Lac's field goal opportunities in that second quarter. So we'll see what kind of adjustments both teams made as we start the second half.
And Neenah will control the basketball out here in the second half as we get underway. With the basketball, it's on the top. Peters. Jumper is good. Peters gets Neenah underway in the second half with a basket. And it's now 21, actually a three-pointer, 21-18, Neenah. Springborn with it. He gives it off to Bartelt. Bartelt being guarded by Pope. Springborn. Springborn gives it off to Casey Wiest. Good rotation by the Cardinals on offense. Bartelt. Springborn. Springborn's got a baseline. Brings it back out. Now back out to the top of the silo is the junior guard, Robbie Springborn. Springborn taking it baseline. Cardinals very patient on offense. Bartelt looks underneath to Derek Arndt. Arndt post-up move. Nice shot underneath. Derek Arndt with his eighth point of the basketball game. Fond du Lac down by 1, 21-20.
Arndt's done a very good job, but the Cardinals have had a decent matchup with Arndt posting up down low against Neenah.
Peters with the basketball. Short jumper, no good, out of bounds. And the Cardinals will take it over. You know what? I've got to give Neenah's defense a lot of credit. You look at the two Fond du Lac starters that we talked about in the pregame show, Chris Saberlich and Robbie Springborn. Saberlich only 3 points. Springborn only 2 points. Doing a great job on stopping those guys. Saberlich now with it. He takes it into the lane. Wild shot. Rebounded by the Cardinals. And then coming away with the rebound is Peters. And Peters is foul on the loose ball.
A little bit out of control there for Fond du Lac. Saberlich coming down and just kind of laying one up there, hoping that he would get the foul called. But it didn't happen.
Sean Bartelt's third personal foul for the Cardinals. 6:18 left in the third quarter, 21-20 in favor of the Neenah Rockets. Hope with it. He gives it off to Kellett. Kellett, jumper on the way off the back of the rim. No good, and then the foul coming away is on Hosell for the Neenah Rockets. That'll be Hosel's second foul.
Yes, I missed. I didn't mean for you to get rid of it.
Springborn brings the basketball up across the timeline. He's being guarded by
You
Hosel.
didn't have to lose the whole thing.
How am I supposed to know that? I was typing over,
Okay.
Bartelt to Springborn.
Type and say
Springborn into the lane
fine.
to Casey Weiss. Cardinals just looking to get something going offensively. Arndt.
Trying to find an open page.
You got to credit Neenah's defense, but on the other hand, you wonder if Fond du Lac's been almost too conservative offensively.
Bartelt launches up a three-pointer on the way. Good! Sean Bartelt with his second three-point basket of this basketball game.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. The Cardinals passed up a lot of those kinds of shots where they might not have been wide open, but had a chance to get off a shot in the second quarter. They need to take those shots. You're not going to know if they're going to go down or not if you don't try them.
Peters with the basketball being guarded by Saberlich to Hosel.
Peters has talked with a couple of air balls in this basketball game, and whenever he touches the ball now, the Fond du Lac student section is chanting air ball.
With it is Pope. He gives it off to McAllister. We haven't mentioned that name a whole lot tonight. Hosel into the lane. Layup good. Hosel breaks away on the defense, and an easy layup for him. We are all tied at 23.
Neenah just breaking down the Cardinals defense. They're able to get a man open and able to lay that one right off the basketball. Those kind of shots really haven't been open for the Cardinals.
Bartelt, three-pointer on the way, off the side of the rim, no good. Controlled by the Rockets.
Catch him, Steve.
Hosel looking to push it up the court. He kicks it back out. Three-pointer on the way by Pope, and he hits it.
Who's that?
Pope with the three-pointer, 26-23. Timeout by the Cardinals. We'll check it. It's going to be a full timeout, and we will take a timeout as well. 4:21 remaining in the third quarter. Neenah up by 3, 26-23. Back after this. You're watching Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball on Charter Sports.
Take it off.
Screen printing for all your screen printing, embroidery, and trophy needs. Rainbow Screen Printing, just north of Highway 23 on Seymour Street in Fond du Lac.
Okay, I'm back.
And welcome back to the Cardinal Fieldhouse, where Fond du Lac is down by 3, 26-23. It's opening night of the Fox Valley Association. The Cardinals and the Rockets, and as we mentioned, the Rockets coming in as a favorite in the Fox Valley Association. The Wisconsin Basketball Yearbook picks them to finish second, while the Cardinals finish fifth.
Yes, because he's changing batteries. What's that?
It's been a close ball game, what we've expected so far throughout this basketball game. Neenah leads by 3 in the third quarter.
Saporsky's checks back in for the Fond du Lac Cardinals, and Springborn has it. He brings it up between the circles to Saporsky. Fond du Lac trying to get some offense going. They were clicking early going. Ever since then, the Neenah Rocket defense has been stellar.
The Cardinals haven't had those same shots. They haven't had those same sort of penetrations they had early in the ball game.
Springborn strong into the lane, the basket, and the foul. Good job by Robbie Springborn. Surprisingly, only his 4th point of the night.
And as I just mentioned, the Cardinals not getting those penetrations right there. An ability by Springborn to get down the lane and pick up the foul. That's what the Cardinals are going to need. A heavy dose of Springborn doing those kinds of plays here in the second half. Robbie Springborn lived at the free throw line of that basketball game last Friday against Cedarburg.
Springborn's free throw is good, and it's tied at 26, under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. With the basketball for the Neenah Rockets is Hosel to Pope. Pope cranking out a 3. He hits it again. Pope with his 3rd three-pointer of this basketball game. He has 9 points and puts Neenah on top 29-26.
And Nick, Neenah 4 of 6 shooting so far in this third quarter. So Neenah has looked very, very crisp. They shot 4 of 6 in the second quarter, 4 of 6 so far in the third quarter. I would say they've definitely found the shooting touch.
Springborn being guarded by Hosel. Gives it off to Saberlich, and Saberlich turns it over. Hosel has it 2-on-2, gives it off to Pope. Pope takes it strong into the lane. Bartelt with a body foul for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. That'll be Sean Bartelt's, I believe it's his 4th foul.
Bartel picked up his third before, but the Cardinals left him in there.
Hope at the charity stripe, and he hits the first one. Checking into the game for the Neenah Rockets is Jordan Gullickson, and John Shavy checks in for Sean Bartel to expect him to sit on the pines for quite a bit of the third quarter into the fourth quarter. Hope's second one on the way is good, and a 31-26 lead is what the Neenah Rockets have right now with 3:10 remaining in the third quarter.
That's Neenah's biggest lead of this basketball game, 5 points. Cardinals, not a team that does a great job of coming from behind. See how they're able to attack it here the rest of the way.
Springborn gives it off to Arndt. Springborn looking to post up Arndt again. He does. Arndt takes it into the lane. He is fouled by Hoisel.
I think if Fond du Lac wants to get back in this basketball game, they're going to have to try and get to the free throw line, make those free throws, then do a good job of sinking the free throws in the first half. But the Cardinals want to come from behind. Not a good come from behind basketball team. The best way to do that is from the free throw line.
Arndt has struggled from the charity stripe tonight. He's 1 for 4, make it 2 for 5.
Not surprisingly, Derek Arndt leading the Cardinals in scoring tonight.
Yeah, he is. He's had a great basketball game. He's got so far 9 points for the Cardinals, leading the way. And what they've done a lot with him tonight has been posting him up, which seems to work. It did not work against Cedarburg because of the height advantage that Cedarburg had on Friday night. Second one on the way for Arndt is good, and Arndt hits both of them and trims the deficit down to 3 points.
Chris Saberlich checking back in for Fond du Lac. I'd expect him to be tossing up a couple of shots on the offensive end for Fond du Lac when they go back on offense.
Ball knocked out of bounds on the Cardinals. 2:41 left in the third quarter. As you get a look at the crowd in attendance here at the Cardinal Fieldhouse tonight, not a bad crowd. Pretty nice crowd for a Tuesday night.
It's kind of cold in the gymnasium, though. I feel like I'm at a hockey game.
Hope with it. And now Peters with it, being guarded by Saberlich. Gets it off to Pope. He's been dangerous from outside. Goodman has it. He gives it off to Peters. Peters, long jumper on the way. No good, rebounded. Strong rebound by Derek Arndt. And then Arndt turns it over. Ball loose on the court. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession goes to the Fond du Lac Cardinals.
Also good hustle there by Fond du Lac, sticking with it after the rebound by Arndt. Fond du Lac within 3. Let's get a chance to check out the head coach of the Neenah Rockets.
Neenah Rockets wanting a foul on the Cardinals. They did not get it. Cardinals love the basketball as we roll under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Whistle away from the ball is going to be a foul on number 33. That is Kyle Peterson.
This third quarter's moved by quickly. Saw Neenah lead by as many as 5 points in this quarter. Lead by 3 currently. Neenah 4 of 7 shooting so far in this quarter, while Fond du Lac is 3 of 6.
Saberlich cranks up the 3 on the way. Good. Chris Saberlich from the outside for the Cardinals. As we roll under 2 minutes, it's 31-31. Chris Saberlich, who's had a quiet night, now has points.
Now, I mentioned Saberlich before when he checked back into the basketball game. The Cardinals were looking for some offense, and you expected Saberlich to be taking some shots and then putting some points on the board.
Foul away from the ball is on Chris Saberlich. Basket will not count, and the Neenah Rockets will take it out of bounds baseline. Third team foul on the Cardinals here in the half. As Neenah inbounds it. Peters gives it off to Goodman. Peters, long-range jumper, no good off the back of the rim. Nice rebound by the Cardinals. Cardinals looking to push it. Springborn with it. Springborn takes it. Off-balance jumper on the way, off the side of the rim. Not a smart shot by Robbie. Neenah back on this side of the court with Colt. Good defense by the Cardinals. Goodman looking to take a baseline, almost stepped out of bounds, and then Goodman throws it away to Gullickson. It's going to be an over-back turnover on the Neenah Rockets.
Well, the Cardinals kicking in the face of the defenders for Neenah.
Next one, give me Dick.
There you see head coach Dick Diener calling out an offensive play for his Cardinals. Saberlich with it. He gives it off to Springborn. Springborn being double teamed now. Kicks it back out to Saberlich. Saberlich looking to post up Casey Weiss. Casey Weiss turnaround jump shot. No good. Air ball rebounded by Peters. Now the Neenah Rockets looking to push it. Hope with it. Gives it off to Peters. Peters long range three-pointer. No good. Springborn away from it. Springborn now looking to push it. Gives it off to Shavy. Shavy three-pointer on the way, and it toilet bowls down, and with under 30 seconds left, the Cardinals take a 34-31 lead.
That's some offense the Cardinals needed, and John Shavy able to pump up his team and pump up this crowd as we head towards the end of the third quarter.
Hope with it, being guarded by Springborn. Fond du Lac looking to make another defensive stop here. Gives the ball off to Gullickson. Gullickson looking to post up Saporsky. Hope now looks at the clock as we roll under 10 seconds. As you see the clock in your bottom right-hand corner. And the ball almost thrown out of bounds. Peters takes it in the lane. Short jumper on the way. And then a block shot by John Shavy as we come to the end of the third quarter of play. The Cardinals with a 34-31 lead over the Neenah Rockets. It's going to be an exciting fourth quarter. Back after this, you're watching Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball on Charter Sports.
Gearing up for high school sports, your first and only stop is Team Sports, Main Street, Fond du Lac. Shoes, balls, gear, it's all here at Team Sports on Main. Dribble, pass, shoot. It's basketball season, and Team Sports has all your basketball needs covered. One stop, and you're in the game. Or maybe the struggle for the pin isn't one of your speed. Team Sports also carries all you need for wrestling. Team Sports has trophies, leather jackets, and Packer and Badger merchandise. Team Sports, your sports headquarters.
As we take a look at the Fond du Lac student section into this basketball game, the Cardinals lead 34-31. Good third quarter of play for both teams, Sean.
Yeah, most definitely, especially the Cardinals able to pull away there. Teams were tied heading into the beginning of the third quarter, but the Cardinals have a 3-point lead starting the fourth.
And as we do throughout the season, if you're looking for the games that we are going to be covering and the replay times, check out our website. It's webpages.charter.net/NICKJODI. We will have all the up-to-date scores around the area as well as the games that Video Sports will be covering, so check it out. Sean, as we've talked about at the break, you and I, Scott Peters for Neenah taking quite a few shots towards the end, didn't hit any of them.
And we just saw a shot of the student section there. You get a little bit of the credit of the student section. Peters has put up several air balls as Chris Collette comes back, and he fires up a three-pointer of his own to tie up this basketball game at 34. Peters threw up a couple of air balls earlier on in this basketball game, and every time he touches the ball, the student section dump it all over him. I think he kind of wanted to get that knock off of him, and he missed about 5 or 6 shots there to end the third quarter. Back the other way, laying it off the glass, and good. Casey Weiss for the Cardinals. Fond du Lac now up by 2.
That's Casey Weiss' third point of the basketball game. Nice, strong move by him.
So the Cardinals answering the three-point attempt by Neenah. Being aggressive, taking it. Outside jumper is no good by Neenah. Rebound sky high for Robbie Springborn. Back the other way. A three-point try by Saberlich, no good. Hustling in, trying to get an offensive rebound for Fond du Lac.
I tell you, Sean, right now the hustle points goes to John Shavy for the Fond du Lac Cardinals, the 6-foot junior. I tell you, towards that end of that third quarter, he had a couple of nice rebounds and then a block shot right at the end of the third quarter. Here comes away. He gets the foul, but he is hustling. He's going after that basketball, and that's all head coach Dick Diener can ask for.
And Shavy also had that big three-point basket near the end of the third quarter. Shavy, a guy who really excelled last year on the JV level, and he was called up to the varsity level for that playoff run. Saw a little bit of playing time last year in the playoffs, so he got a little bit of a taste of what varsity action is like, and Cardinals looking for some big things from Shavy over the next 2 seasons. Fond du Lac leads by 2, 36-34. As a travel going to be called on Neenah. That's their 8th turnover of the basketball game. Cardinals up by 2, 6:35 to go.
Try and keep more space in front of the have now. That's good. Stay that way.
Springborn
Keep more space
slowly
in front of where he's going to.
bringing the basketball up court.
So you want to be more towards the basket
Springborn.
now.
Ball to the ground, but no fouls called.
Want to be able to see where they're going.
Springborn, Bartelt, Weiss, Saberlich, and Arndt out there as Casey Weiss heating up here in the fourth quarter. Weiss, a turnaround, puts it in. Cardinals now up by 4.
Well, Weiss has the hot hand right now for the Cardinals. That time just kind of a sidearm lay-in for Casey. He's hot right now. They've got to continue to give him the basketball.
Fond du Lac leads 38-34 with just under 6 minutes to go in the basketball game. Collette in trouble. He's able to get it off top to Pope. Cardinals in-your-face defense here in this fourth quarter. Coming down the lane, it called for an offensive foul. Cardinals like that one. Offensive foul going to be on Chris Kellett. How many fouls is that for Kellett, Nick?
I believe that is Kellett's second personal. But another turnover for the Neenah Rockets. Fond du Lac up by 4 right now. The Cardinals looking to tack on some more points. As checking into the game for the first time for the Cardinals is Kyle Shepard.
No,
Actually,
Shepard
nope, excuse me, he did not check into the game.
Shepard provides a big body. Okay, so Neenah, ball tapped away there, and a foul going to be called. Number 32, Troy Hosell, tried to get the steal from Springborn. He was unable to do so, and maybe in some frustration, he fouls Robbie.
That'll be Hosell's 4th foul. That'll be the 6th team foul. Fouls starting to build up on several players for the Neenah Rockets.
Cardinals one more foul away from being in the bonus. Having a chance to go to the free throw line the rest of the way in this basketball game. Maybe the Cardinals might try for a little penetration to pick up that 17th foul on Neenah. Trouble is Bartelt. He's playing with 4 fouls.
Cardinals continue just to be patient on offense. They want to find that open jumper. They've done a good job all basketball game of just doing that.
4:45 to go. Fond du Lac leads 38-34. Down low, wide open, Derek Arndt. It's good. What a pass by Robbie Springborn underneath to Derek Arndt, wide open, who lays it in. What a ball game for Derek Arndt.
Unselfish play right there by Robbie Springborn. He found the open man, Derek Arndt. Springborn can do it with a shot, and he can do it with the passes. He shows it right there with the Cardinals take a 6-point lead and a 20-second timeout.
Fond du Lac 3 of 3 shooting so far in this fourth quarter. They have come out looking crisp. They look confident. They're getting some of those shots that they had in the first quarter again. Somewhat of a replay of that first quarter, Nick, as the Cardinals looking very, very aggressive and making all their shots in this quarter.
Just a reminder, we have upcoming action for you. It's going to be Saturday night right here at the Cardinal Fieldhouse. The Fond du Lac Cardinals playing host to the Appleton East Patriots. Going to be another exciting Fox Valley Association Conference matchup. Appleton East last year finished the season at 10-12. The game is on Saturday night. We'll have the replay for you on Sunday starting at 6 o'clock right here on Charter Communications Channel 14. The game, by the way, scheduled for a tip-off at about 8 o'clock on Saturday night.
By the way, guys, they refer to Channel 14 as the Charter Channel. Okay?
All right.
Cardinals opening up with several home games on this basketball season. They will host Appleton East, then Appleton North quickly the other way. Basket is good for Neenah as they trim this lead down to 4.
Defense breakdown that time right there for the Cardinals. Hosell wide open in the lane and an easy layup.
See how the Cardinals play it. Up by 4 with 4 minutes to go in this basketball game. Neenah stepping up their defensive pressure. Fond du Lac, Robbie Springborn dribbling, being guarded by Kyle Pope.
You know, we can see really how dangerous Robbie Springborn is, not only shooting-wise, but passing as well. He has really done a great job of assisting other players tonight in this game. He only has 5 points, but those assists really step up.
Springborn tries to lay that one off the glass. It's no good. A defensive rebound for. They're down by 4. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this basketball game. Outside jumper by Kellett is no good. It looked like Hozel was hanging on to the Cardinal defender. Foul going to be called underneath. Oh, I thought Hozel, when he had his first offensive rebound, he was hanging onto the arm of the Fond du Lac player underneath, battling with him under the boards, but referees wouldn't call it.
The referee was in perfect position for that call, too. He was right there on the baseline. And as we take a look at it once again, Hozel holding off Casey Weiss, not allowing Casey Weiss a chance at the basket.
Hozel's free throw is good.
And then they call the foul on Casey Weiss. So
40-37. Fond du Lac on top by 3. 3:11 to go.
The last thing you want to do is let the referees decide this basketball game. A good basketball game that's going to come right down to the wire.
No good. The second free throw. And Casey Weiss grabs the rebound. As we approach 3 minutes to go in this game, the conference opener for both of these basketball teams, and Fond du Lac leads by 3. Springborn just being hounded out there by Pope, gives it off to Bartelt. Bartelt down the lane. He falls down, but able to pass it off to Arndt. Cardinals patient once again. Weiss is open for a moment. He's not going to shoot that. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Fond du Lac leads by 3. I'm not for sure if the Cardinals are going to take another shot in this basketball game, Nick.
Well, unless they have an open jumper, I'm sure Dick Diener is instructing them not to, but Dick Diener calls a timeout. He did not like something that he saw offensively. We'll check it. It's going to be a full timeout. We will take a timeout as well. 2:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Fond du Lac on top, 40-37. Back after this. You're watching Cardinal basketball on Charter Sports.
Maxland has the best authentic Mexican food north of the border. Start off with free chips and Maxland's famous homemade salsa. Maxland has a different lunch special every day that is served fresh in 50 minutes or less. And buy one and get one free margarita specials on Wednesdays for the ladies and Thursdays for the men. The Maxland has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Main Street in Fond du Lac and our Oshkosh location featuring a full-service bar next to Kmart on Curler Street.
You're back.
Back at Fond du Lac High School, as Fond du Lac is on top by 3, 40-37 with 2:24 to go. The Cardinals, coming out of a timeout here, will be inbound.
Well, see, it'll be interesting to find out what head coach Dick Diener had to say to his troops right now. Very patient on offense, but they have a 3-point lead, so you might as well not force a shot when you don't need to.
Before that timeout, it looked like Springborn was a little bit in trouble with his dribble. Might have contributed partly to the timeout.
Well, the Cardinals kind of spreading out of 4 corners right now. They're going to make the Neenah Rockets play some defense and maybe foul.
They're in foul trouble, sons.
And Bartelt turns it over. Coming the other way is Neenah. They had a man advantage, and now Neenah almost throws the ball away.
Neenah got away with a travel that time. Peters skipped a little bit, and Neenah calls the timeout.
That was a costly turnover for Fond du Lac there. You talked about it. Fond du Lac went to the 4 corners, Nick. And Bartelt a little bit sloppy with the basketball. 2 minutes and 1 second to go. Fond du Lac is on top by 3, as Neenah will be inbounding the basketball and have a chance to tie this basketball game with a 3.
Any live reads?
No.
Next one,
40-37 in favor of the Fond du Lac Cardinals, and Fond du Lac maybe will continue to try to spread out that 4 corners unless Neenah comes away with a basket. They are really going to force Neenah to play some defense now and maybe make some fouls, and Neenah is in foul trouble. Keep an eye on that. There's several players that are in foul trouble for the Rockets.
Well, if you're Fond du Lac, you would probably expect Chris Kellett or maybe Kyle Pope to be taking the shot here, although Scott Peters has definitely hurled up a number of shots in this basketball game, but he has not made too many of them. Neenah trails by 3. A minute and 50 to go in the basketball game. Tight defense by the Cardinals. Kellett's got it. He loses his dribble. He falls to his knees, but he's able to get it off to Peters. There's Peters, puts up a shot. Once again, he misses it. A foul is called inside, and that one is going to be called on Casey Weiss.
I did not see that one at all on Casey Weiss. Must have seen something that I called. You know something, the referee baseline here did not make the call. It was the referee out towards the top of the arc. That kind of surprises me because the referee closest to the action right there did not make the call. And where was the foul there?
Well, number 33, Kyle Peterson, falling to the floor for Neenah, and I think they're saying Weiss had some contact with him. Dribbling down the lane is Kellett. Kellett's layup no good. Cardinals try to control the rebound. Weiss has got it. He's in trouble. Weiss is going to call a timeout. Weiss tippy-toeing on the baseline, had nowhere to go with that pass. And the Cardinals take a free throw or take a timeout.
Just want to thank our sponsors of high school basketball here on Charter Sports, Mazatlan Family Restaurant located in downtown Fond du Lac, also in Oshkosh. Also like to thank Rainbow Screen Printing, HegstromRealAwards.com, Team Sports,
and Diane Brown Massage Therapy.
as well as Charter Communications, all proud sponsors of high school basketball here on Charter Communications. And there you see our broadcast table and Sean Kaiser sitting back and relaxing, enjoying the evening, right? It's been a long day of work. You had a long day of work.
Oh, yeah, of course, always.
What time do you usually get up in the morning?
Oh, about 4.
Boy, oh boy.
Back to 1.
I get up about 7:30.
4 p.m.
7:30, I wish
I know the life of those salesmen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Those radio news guys, they have it hard.
What work day for a salesman, yeah. So tough to take somebody out to lunch, isn't it?
It is. Play some golf, especially this time of year when you don't have a chance to play golf.
A minute and 25 to go in the basketball game. Fond du Lac on top by 3. A foul going to be called on Neenah. The Cardinals were in trouble there with the dribble, Nick. Cardinals bailed out with a foul. That's the 17th foul on Neenah. Cardinals now in the bonus.
And that foul will be on Kellett as he did not like the call on that one, but hey, goes the Cardinals' way, so that's all that matters, I guess. That'll be the 4th foul on Kellett.
Actually, I think they changed that call to Peters. I think they called
did
the
they
foul
change
on
it to
Peters?
Peters?
Yep.
Okay, the foul's going to be on Peters then.
I had Peters and I put up.
They originally thought it was going to be on Kellett, but they changed the call to foul on Scott Peters. That's his 3rd personal.
Saberlick will go to the free throw line where he has not been at all tonight.
Saberlick's first free throw is good. Cardinals up by 4.
That's Saberlick's 7th point of the basketball game. Keep in mind, Saberlick had 15 points on Friday night against Cedarburg. Give Neenah's defense a lot of credit. They have held Chris Saberlick in check tonight.
Fond du Lac has not done a good job for the free throw line tonight, but coming down the stretcher, they got them when they needed them. Second free throw, nothing but net for Saberlick. Fond du Lac on top by 5, 42-37. They lead Neenah with a minute and 20 to go.
Well, the Cardinals 2 of 7 from the charity stripe in the first half. Second half, 5 for 5.
Let's watch this Cardinal defense go to work. See what kind of looks Neenah's able to get. Kellett down the lane. A foul going to be called, I believe, on Springborn.
I think you're right. It's going to be a 1-and-1 now as Kellett will go to the free throw line.
Give me Robbie. How many falls in him?
And now Fond du Lac.
That'll be Robbie's
fouls.
first personal foul.
So Neenah is also in the bonus. 17 fouls on both Fond du Lac and Neenah. We'll have free throws the rest of the way. Kellett makes his first free throw. How many points for Kellett so far tonight?
Kellett has 10 points, but only 4 here in the second half. He had 6 in the first half.
Kellett hits both free throws. Neenah pulls to within 3.
Jordan Gullickson checks into the game for the Neenah Rockets. He's a 5'10" junior.
Let's see if the Cardinals can beat this full court pressure. Double trapping put on by Neenah. Bartelt with the basketball. He's in trouble. He needs some help, and he turns it over. A turnover for Fond du Lac, under a minute to go. The Cardinals are on top by 3. Neenah, 45 seconds. Neenah can tie with the 3. Ball knocked away by Saberlich. Saved, just out of bounds was Casey Weiss, as Weiss tried to save that one from going out of bounds, but he was called for stepping on the line.
Well, the Cardinals that time almost got a great steal, and now Neenah's going to call a timeout, try to draw up a play. It looks like it's going to be a full timeout. We will take a full timeout as well. Back after this, you're watching Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball on Charter Sports.
Most people don't take time to listen to their bodies. Many of my first-time clients are surprised when I find areas that are sore or tender that they didn't realize were there. I can help to release those tension spots. I always take time to listen to my clients because trust is very important. There can be many misconceptions about massage, and everyone has different comfort levels, and it's important to respect that. Massage therapy can be an important part of the overall health and well-being, and I encourage people to take their health seriously and to relax.
Okay, you're back.
At Fond du Lac High School, the Cardinal Fieldhouse, where Fond du Lac is on top by 3, 42-39, 40 seconds left in the basketball game.
Boy, Sean, this game is really living up to its billing. Neenah Rockets only down by 3 points and 40 seconds left. It's going to be a thriller here at the end. And we saw a really good JV game right before this. The Fond du Lac Cardinal JV team falls to Neenah's JV. The Cardinals are down by 3 points with under 5 seconds left, and a half shot just about went down for the Fond du Lac Cardinals by Adam Mann. To take the replay.
Oh, he was not.
Casey Weiss stepping out of bounds.
He threw that. His feet were not touching. I tell you what, an outstanding job by our camera crew. As Pellet shoots from the outside, a three-point basket. This game is tied at 42. 29 seconds to go. Robbie Springborn quickly up court. 25 seconds and counting with the Cardinals play for 1.
I'm sure that they will. They are going to take the final shot, and if not, this game's going to go into overtime.
Fond du Lac, 14 seconds. 42-42. Robbie Springborn being slided by Pope. Springborn down the lane, 6 seconds. Springborn off balance, no good. Rebound controlled by Fond du Lac. Underneath, kicks it outside. A 3 on the way, no good, and we're going to overtime. Bartelt's three-pointer at the end of overtime. It's off the rim, and it's no good, and we're going to extra session. 42-all, Fond du Lac and Neenah. Back with overtime basketball after this. You're watching Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball on the Charter Channel.
Screen printing for all your screen printing, embroidery, and trophy needs. Rainbow Screen Printing, just north of Highway 23 on Seymour Street in Fond du Lac.
And welcome back to the Cardinal Fieldhouse as we go into overtime. The Cardinals nearly pulling out a big shot at the end. Sean, a great rebound by Derek Arndt. He kicked it out to Sean Bartelt. Sean Bartelt had nobody in front of him, just missed the three-point basket to win this game.
Yeah, the Cardinals had their shot there. They did a very nice job of getting a couple of good looks. Unfortunately, the shot just wouldn't fall for Fond du Lac, and we're going to overtime.
As we take a look at it once again, the kick out, actually that's John Shavy on the rebound, and Bartelt just off the back of the rim. So we're going to play overtime. Fond du Lac Cardinals and the Neenah Rockets here at the Cardinal Fieldhouse. Derek Arndt will tip it off. along with Kellett. Now remember, the Neenah Rockets have several guys in foul trouble, so we'll keep an eye on that as we go through the overtime period. Arndt will jump it. Fond du Lac crowd trying to rally their troops to a victory tonight. Robbie Springborn controls the tip-off here. 4 minutes placed on the clock here in the overtime session. First overtime game we've had in a long time. Bartelt with it. Bartelt, the guy that had a chance to win the game. Casey Weiss looking to take it baseline for the Cardinals.
Weiss in trouble.
Gives it off to Springborn. Springborn being guarded by Pope. To Casey Weiss. To Bartelt. Cardinals patient on offense, trying to find the open jumper. Springborn. Looking to post up Weiss. Weiss going to take it in the lane. Strong into the lane. Casey Weiss with a layup. Casey Weiss with 6 points in the second half for 7 in the game. Good second half by the senior Casey Weiss.
Yeah, Weiss did an outstanding job in that fourth quarter to score the first 4 points for the Cardinals. He had a nice matchup posting up down low.
Peters, basket wouldn't go. Rebounded by the Cardinals. Cardinals trying to increase their lead. They're up by 2. Springborn takes in the lane. He's going to be, they're going to call a carry on Robbie Springborn. It's going to be a turnover by the Cardinals.
What's going on, please?
As we get a chance to see Coach Diener. His reaction to the carry call.
Yeah, that's why I wanted.
Hope will bring up the basketball for the Neenah Rockets. 2:45 remaining in the overtime session.
Steven, I need to be able to see the basketball.
Kellett gives it off to Peters. Peters in the lane. Scoop shot wouldn't go, and then a rebound by Casey Weiss. Peters is going to get called for the foul. Cardinals in the bonus. Casey Weiss will get a 1-on-1.
Obviously a frustration foul as Peters has not hit a basket since the first quarter of this basketball game.
And he has taken a lot of shots. We mentioned that before, and he has taken a lot of shots, has not been able to hit it.
A night that Peters is going to want to forget very soon, as he has just been terrible in this game.
Casey Weiss, bonus shot would not go. Hit free throws down the stretch run here. 2:30 and counting remaining in the overtime. Hosell gives it off to Pope, to Peters, to Collette. Back to Pope. Pope is dangerous from the outside. And Hosell maybe could have been a push-off. Cardinals still man-to-man defense on the Neenah Rockets. Pope. Collette.
Just no look for Neenah.
Good defense by the Cardinals. And now Hosell going to take a short jumper on the way off the back of the rim. No good. Saberlich comes away with the rebound. Springborn has it. We are under 2 minutes left in the overtime.
0 for 3 shooting Neenah is in this overtime.
Springborn takes it in the lane, and then he slips on the court. It's going to be called for traveling.
Oh, that's just a tough call there. Yeah. Robbie just slips a little bit.
Some moisture on the court. That's all that it was.
Coach Diener still cheering his troops on, telling them that's okay. You guys still got to play 1 minute and 40 here into the basketball game.
Pope with the basketball, being guarded by Robbie Springborn. Pope looking for somebody, has nobody, finally gives it off to Kellett. Peters takes it in the lane, and there's going to be a foul. It's going to be on Saberlich.
Well, Peters trying to drive that time. He's not at a good basketball game, but he'll have a chance to maybe get some of his rhythm back as he goes to the free throw line shooting a 1-and-1.
Saberlich will get the foul. That is his second. And Peters will go to the line. Peters tonight with 5 points. First one on the way is good. Neenah doing a pretty good job shooting from the charity stripe tonight. 1:30 left in the overtime. Second one on the way from Peters is good, and we have a tie game, 44-44. Into the game is Gullickson for the Neenah Rockets.
Well, 1 minute and 30 to go here. I wonder if the Cardinals will be patient. We've seen the Cardinals hold the ball for more than 1 minute and 30 in the past. sure if a shot is there.
Robbie Springborn in no hurry to bring the ball up.
Keep one space ahead of you there.
Remember, both teams are in the bonus, so if the Cardinals can get Neenah to follow them, they'll have a chance to go to the free throw line.
Springborn gives it off to Bartelt. Bartelt maybe looking to post up Arndt. Cardinals spreading it out. They are in no hurry. They just want to find an open shot. And Bartelt's in a little bit of trouble now. Being double teamed. He's got to get rid of it. He does to Robbie Springborn. Springborn being guarded by Polk. Springborn's going to pull it out a little bit. Gives it off to Saberlick. Saberlick looking to post up Arndt. Arndt has it now. We are under a minute left in the overtime. Arndt kicks it out to Springborn. Good job by the Cardinals. Very patient on offense as Coach Dick Diener cheering on his troops.
Yeah, Coach better watch it. He's a little too far out onto the basketball court.
15 to 1 clock again.
Saberlick now. We have 30 seconds and counting left in this game. Fond du Lac's going to play for a final shot. Saberlick, they cannot turn it over. They can't afford that right now as we roll under 25 and 20 seconds left in the overtime. Fond du Lac and Neenah tied. Now the Cardinals, Dick Diener wants a timeout, and they finally get it as we roll under 11 seconds. Nobody saw Dick Diener to call the timeout.
Well, what do you do here? 11 seconds to go. This game is tied. What's your game call here, Nick?
Well, I think you try to set up one of two guys, either Robbie Springborn or Chris Saberlick. You know, Saberlick has struggled tonight, really has not got an open jumper, but, you know, one of those guys, this is where you got to come up big, and this is where you look at your star players to step up and make a clutch shot. They're going to wait, and they're going to take it down to the final seconds of the game and try to win it, or else it's going to be sent into a second overtime.
Well, we saw Robbie Springborn last year all throughout that playoff run. These were the situations in which he excelled. Not necessarily taking the shots, but at least getting his teammates open. I would expect Robbie Springborn at the top of the key to be dribbling that ball, much like we saw at the end of regulation. Springborn going to take it down to about 5 seconds or so. Watch Springborn penetrate. Either he's going to pull up, take a jumper, try to get fouled, or you're going to see Robbie dish it off to one of his teammates.
You know, you just made a very good point there. Neenah has struggled tonight. They have committed a lot of fouls. You got to see maybe also if you can try to create a foul against this Neenah Rocket defense. They've been doing a good job covering the Cardinals and not allowing the Cardinals to get an open shot, but fouls have been an issue. And if you can get a guy like Chris Saberlick or Robbie Springborn the charity stripe, you might as well chalk up a victory for the Cardinals. Well, we have 11 seconds.
Well, both teams are in the bonus, so if the Cardinals can get one of the Neenah defenders to follow them, they'll have a chance to win this basketball game at the free throw line.
Bartelt will inbound the basketball for the Cardinals. 11.8 seconds left in the overtime. They're going to inbound it to Casey Weiss. Casey Weiss takes it himself to the lane, and good! Casey Weiss with 7 seconds left in the basketball game. And now Neenah calls a timeout. 46-44. Neenah played no defense that time. Smart move by Casey Weiss. He saw an easy open layup. You know what? Everybody was guarding Chris Saberlick and Robbie Springborn.
Yeah, Robbie was sitting there, and he was actually moving back and back, saying, you know, just kind of lob me a pass. Cardinals faked it that way. Went to Casey Weiss, who was open, and Weiss just drove right down the lane, took advantage of it, and laid it in.
You know, they almost used Chris Saberlick and Robbie Springborn as decoys on that play. Chris Saberlick, you know, as you mentioned, they kind of faked it to Springborn. Springborn had about 3 guys on him, and that allowed nobody to stop Casey Weiss. Casey Weiss had a guy on him, but nobody was in the lane to follow up.
That was heads up. That was a great job of coaching there by the Cardinals staff to able to recognize that. They realized that, I mean, what were we talking about in that timeout? We said, let's go to Springborn or let's go to Saberlick, and that's, of course, what Neenah was thinking. The Cardinals did the exact opposite, went to Casey Weiss, the guy who's more than well at handling the ball. He might be 6'4", but he can put that ball down on the floor, and he did a nice job dribbling it in, controlled himself, didn't get called for a foul, and he laid it off the glass and in. Still 7 seconds left in this basketball game, Nick, though, and we know Neenah can shoot deadly from outside. Do you think they go for a 3 or a 2 here?
I think that they got to try to just put up a shot. If I were them, I'd try to see if he can get a 2-pointer. If not, you're going to have to try to win this game on the 3. Casey Weiss, by the way, 8 points in the second half. As we roll under 6 seconds. Pope with it. He brings it up. 3-pointer on the way. No good. And the Cardinals win on opening night of the Fox Valley Association. A thrilling victory for the Cardinals. 46 to 44. What a game as the Cardinals beat Neenah here on opening night of the Fox Valley Association. Great basketball game. We will have the stats and talk about this thriller back after this. You're watching Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball on the Charter Channel.
To Main Street Fond du Lac. Shoes, balls, gear, it's all here at Team Sports on Main. Dribble, pass, shoot. It's basketball season and Team Sports has all your basketball needs covered. One stop and you're in the game. Or maybe the struggle for the pin is more your speed. Team Sports also carries all you need for wrestling. Team Sports has trophies, leather jackets, and Packer and Badger merchandise. Team Sports, your sports headquarters.
Maxland has the best authentic Mexican food north of the border. Start off with free chips and Maxland's famous homemade salsa. Maxland has a different lunch special every day that is served fresh in 50 minutes or less. And buy one and get one free margarita specials on Wednesdays for the ladies and Thursdays for the men. The Maxland has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Main Street in Fond du Lac and our Oshkosh location featuring a full-service bar next to Kmart on Carler Street.
Okay.
Hello.
Got some sounds?
Yep. We'll get him here in a second.
Go.
All right, Fond du Lac 16 of 33.
Let's see where you're at.
And 13 of 36. 48%. 36%.
Free throws, the Cardinals 7 of 13. They were 7 of 10. Then we have 53% and 70%. No problem. Yep.
All right, 21. 12. 11. And 9.
Do you have that
Have the
last?
ring score by Fondy, yeah.
You have the last shot on replay. Okay.
Yeah, I can go to the other one too, but I must see.
Okay. We will stand up again and do the stand-up shot, and I'm just gonna move the monitor so we can see it.
Okay, it's out of there. Okay.
Hello. Check 1 2.
I want the cables going up to the top. I want to wrap the blades over on one tower and hold up on the spools. Yeah.
I'll make sure they stand the same way.
Come on, guys, I gotta go. Can't hear them. You got the thing turned on?
All right.
Okay.
Give us a signal when you're ready.
Will do, yep. You're back. Tell me I'm back.
And welcome back to the Cardinal Fieldhouse. Final score here tonight, Fond du Lac in a thrilling victory, 46 to 41 in overtime. And Sean, great second half of play by both teams. You know, the first half, the Cardinals pretty much controlled the first quarter. Second quarter was Neenah pretty even in the second half of play.
Yeah, the Cardinals came out, made some adjustments in the second half of the basketball game, especially in that fourth quarter. They kind of got back to some of the stuff that they did in the first quarter, where they were aggressive on offense and did a lot of those kind of things to get themselves on the basketball thing. You talked about, I mean, obviously very even when the two teams went to overtime, and a thrilling victory here for the Cardinals, a nice way to open up the conference season.
Well, the Cardinals go and they start off 2-0, and they've beaten two quality basketball teams. Cedarburg, ranked in the state. They played them in a non-conference game on Friday. Neenah here is supposed to be one of the contenders for the Fox Valley Association title this season. Fond du Lac beats them. How good is it to get off to that good start confidence-wise?
Oh, most definitely. You talk about the confidence, and that's huge for this Fond du Lac basketball team. It kind of helps out their schedule as the Cardinals are able to open up with a couple of games at home, their first 4 games of the season at home. So the Cardinals able to kind of get some momentum, hopefully to go through the rest of the conference season. And like you talked about, confidence is huge for this team.
And you can't say enough about Casey Weiss tonight. He had just an outstanding basketball game. We'll see in a few minutes. He had the game-winning shot for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. 8 of his 9 points were scored either in the fourth quarter or overtime. It was a pretty nice game for him, just kind of a role player for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Casey Weiss did a great job, and great job by the coaching staff of the Fond du Lac Cardinals to make that call, as you talked about. Everybody was going to be looking for Saberlick and looking for Springborn. I guess people don't know their common courtesy walking in front of the camera. But, everybody was keying on those two guys, and they ended up going to Casey Weiss. It was a great job coaching by the Cardinals.
All right, let's take a look at that game-winning shot once again by the Fond du Lac Cardinals, Casey Weiss. First, actually, we'll take a look at the stats. The Cardinals 16 of 33 shooting for 48%. Neenah 13 of 36 shooting for 36%. Free throws, the Cardinals 7 of 13 from the free throw line for 53%. The Neenah Rockets 7 of 10 for 70%. Rebounds, the Cardinals doing a great job on the boards tonight, 21 to 12, and turnovers, the Cardinals had 11 and Neenah had 9. Let's take a look now at the game-winning shot by Casey Weiss at the end of overtime. Keep an eye as the Neenah Rocket defense kind of goes towards Robbie Springborn and allows Casey Weiss wide open for the game-winning shot with 7 seconds left. Telt will inbound the basketball for the Cardinals. 11.8 seconds left in the overtime. They're going to inbound it to Casey Weiss. Casey Weiss takes it himself to the lane, and good! Casey Weiss with 7 seconds left in the basketball game. And now Neenah calls a timeout. A great job by Casey Weiss, and Fond du Lac goes on to win tonight 46-44 over the Neenah Rockets. Scoring for the Cardinals, they are led in scoring by Derek Arndt, who had a nice basketball game tonight, 11 points. Casey Weiss had 9 points for the Cardinals. Saberlick with 8. Springborn with 5 points, but you got to give him a lot of credit as he chipped in several times offensively with his passing. Scoring for the Neenah Rockets, Kellett leads them with 14 points. Holt had 11 points. He had quite a few, actually 4 3-pointers in this basketball game. Once again, the final score, 46-44, Fond du Lac. Just a reminder, upcoming action. And as you mentioned, Sean, the Cardinals have played a lot of games at home here early on. They'll play another one on Saturday night as they take on the Appleton East Patriots. The game is on Saturday night. Tip-off should be about 8 o'clock here from the Cardinal Fieldhouse. We'll have the replay for you at 7 o'clock on Sunday evening. Well,